Hello class, this is the third example of using the roots and information given to us to find unknown values here. So as you've seen in the previous videos, what we really need to do first is just substitute the values given to us, because we know that the root is 1, which means when we substitute x equaling 1 into our polynomial, it will give us, in this case, a plus b plus c plus 6, and since we know that it is a root, it shall be equal to 0. We do the exact same thing for the second root of -2. When you substitute that, we get this expression here. And remember, because it is a root of the equation, it's equal to, root of the polynomial, it is equal to 0. But for this one, we need to rearrange it a little bit more. What I can actually do to simplify it for later is divide everything by 2 plus 2b minus c and move the 6 across to the other side. So when it moves, it becomes -6, and we're going to halve it, so -3. As for this one as well, I'm going to move that 6 to the other side. It will give us -6. And we'll do the exact same thing for this one here. Take a look. When we substitute 2 into the polynomial, it should be equal to -4. And likewise with this, I'm going to simplify this, halving everything. So for a plus 2b plus c equals, when we move this to the other side, it becomes -10. Halving that becomes -5. And then from here, we're going to be solving this system of equations using row echelon. So 1, 1, 1, -6, -4 to -1. I think you've already seen this in the previous example. And 4 to 1, -5. Then from here, we're going to work in whichever way that we'd like to get ones into each of the columns. You can do this in whichever way you'd like. It might be different from person to person, but our final answers, no matter which path you take, should definitely be these values here. So here's one way that you might go about doing this. For this, I'm going to use these ones as my basis. So I'm going to start subtracting and get rid of one of these to become 0. Let's just pick, say, these to become 0. Okay, so let's make these ones 0. We can accomplish that using this 1. So row 2 plus row 1, because -1 plus 1 will give me 0. And if I do row 3, take away row 1, this will also make this one 0. So let's do that one first. As I stated, let's get rid of these because we know that they're going to change. But our goal here was to make both of these 0, so let's just do one row first. 0 is going to be here. Row 2 plus row 1, so it's going to be -3 plus -6, -9. That's going to be 2, row 2, that's row 2, plus row 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3, and -4 plus 1 is going to give us -3. That's very neat because I can divide everything by 3 here. And I'm going to make this 0 as well. So it was 1, take away 1. That's going to give us 0. -5 minus -6. It's as if it was -5 plus 6, which is 1. Row 3, so that's going to be 2, take away 1. going to be 1, and it's going to be 4 take away 1 gives us 3. So this is where we are up to now. Now once these are now 0, let's try and make another 2 0. So wherever I see a 1, I try and make the rest in that column 0. So let's make these 0. Okay, so let's go from there. Row 1. Actually, no, let's simplify this. Let's divide everything. Row 2 divided by 3. That will make it a lot easier. This will become 1. This will become 1. And this will become, it was -9 divided, -3. Even easier now. From here, I can make these ones. So let's just pretend we did that. Let's pretend we did that in the previous. There we go. So now let's make these 0. That's just row 1 take away row 3, and row 2 take away row 3. So we know that, well, this isn't going to change because it's interacting with the 0. Let's take a look. Row 1 take away row 3, so 1 take away 0 is 1, so that doesn't change. So only these will change. 1 take away row 3, 1, and 1 take away row 3, which is 3. 1 take away 3 is -2. -6 take away row 3, so -6 take away 1 is -7. We're finished with this calculation. Let's now move on to this one here. -1 take away 3, it's going to be -4. 1 take away 1, it's going to be 0. And -3 take away 1 is -4. We can simplify this one. It's row 2 divided by -4. Since it's just 1, I can easily do that. It's just going to be 1, and oh, actually no, positive 1s. And now we're down to our last step, because since these are 1s, I can make these 0. So let's eliminate these two. We can accomplish that by doing row 1 plus 2 times row 2, and row 3 take away 3 times row 2. Let's calculate this one now. We know that these numbers are going to change. As we said, -2 plus 2 times 1 is 0, and -7 plus 2 times 1 is going to be -5. 3 take away 3 times 1 is going to be 0, and 1 take away 3 times 1 is going to be -2. And that there is the solution that we have. A is 1, B is -2, and C is -5, which is what we had originally. So I hope that gave you an insight into solving questions such as these. As you've probably noticed, there's more simultaneous equations than there is to do with the actual roots and coefficients themselves. So I hope to see you in the next video. Best of luck.